Hi everyone. Let's quickly look at this circuit theorem question. Find angles x, y, and z in the diagram below. Look at the diagram here. Now, this is why question because it doesn't need much calculation. Let's do it. But before we solve this now, let's consider some theorem in a circle. The first theorem there is this. Now, looking at this is A, this is P. Remember that A and P are base angles of an isosceles triangle. This B here is angle at the circumference of a circle. Remember, this M also is also angle at the circumference of a circle. So now, looking at this now, we have to, first thing we first to do now is to find this reference angle Z. Since we already have 126 here. And remember, there's a theorem that states that angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference of the circle. What does it mean? That this angle now, if you multiply this angle by 2, you get this angle. Remember, this place now is a center. This one is also a center to this one, and this one is a center to this angle. You get it now. So now, this angle that at the circumference is twice, that is 2 times angle there. So there's not mean. That means we say that angle Z is equal to 126 times 2. Therefore, Z will be equal to 252 degrees. We don't waste time because this is this. Now, for us to get this angle, we must know this because this angle at this center, this x, is the angle at center that in this one. Then if you're talking about this one, you talk about this one. Then if you're talking about this one, you talk about this one. Okay, now what do we do? Since we have already known this, remember that Z is a reflex angle. Remember, if I join this line here, if I join this angle here, it will form angle at a point. Angle at a point is angle at 360. Angle 360, right? So now what do we do to join it? We now say, since this is this, we now say that x is equal to 360 degrees minus 252 degrees, which will give us 108 degrees. This is angle x. So here now is 108 degrees. Where here is what? 252 degrees. If you add this thing with this, you give you 360 degrees. All right. Now, to get here now, we have already know this angle at center. Remember, this thing that we say here, angle at center is twice angle at circumference. Is the same reason that we're going to use here. Since this is angle at the circumference, since this is angle at center, so for us to get this now, what we do now is that we divide, because angle here must be bigger than this. That is, the angle here will be 2 times bigger than this. So for us to get here, we divide 108 by 2. That means y is equals to 108 degrees divided by 2. Will give us 54 degrees. So Z is 252 degrees, X is 108 degrees, and Y is 54 degrees. Bye.